how long into it did you start to really pick up followers and pick up views and all that kind of stuff?
It was like my third Vine that went viral.
Oh, you had to wait that long? Oh my God. So listen, if you hang in there.
It was the best case scenario.
3. You gotta do 3.
Yeah.
If you think I get it in 2, forget about it. Come on, put the time in. I'm sorry, Christian. Trying to help these people. You know you made it when you are known by one word: Adele, Drake, Madonna. And if you look on Instagram,
Don't say it.
yeah, one word, Christian.
It's stupid.
This guy, Christian, not the religion. No,
Yeah.
Christian DelGrosso is the name that will pop up when you look up Christian. Thank you for being on the pod, man.
I appreciate you for having me.
Dude, and I know you don't do this very often, so
Yeah.
it is a big deal that you're here, and I really, truly appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? You came from a long way, and it's a hot day to drive as far as you drove.
It was easy.
It was?
Yeah.
Well, you must have auto drive.
Buffalo.
Yes,
Canada.
yes, Canadian.
I'm a commuter.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
It's people that live out here. It's blown me away because we moved to Westlake.
Yep.
Just doxed it. Moved to Westlake. And whenever I want to invite my friends over, they're always like, "Oh man, you live like 40 minutes away."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah, drive."
Yeah. That's what you have a
get in
car,
it.
man.
Yeah.
The 4 wheels and stuff. You just hop in that; it'll take you right there.
But people aren't used to driving.
They're not used to driving.
Don't
LA,
wanna drive.
depending on where you live. If you're in Santa Monica, you don't go east of the 405, and vice versa. If you're in Hollywood, you're like, oh, you're in West Hollywood, I could do that.
Yeah.
But you're in Brentwood. There's that line of demarcation.
Why is that
there.
such a big deal?
I don't know. Maybe because when you're sitting in traffic all the time, people just get annoyed out here.
I know.
I can see why there are shootings on freeways. No, I really can. I really can, man. I mean, I get it. Like, before I came here, it's like, oh my God, why are they shooting? It's just traffic. Then you live here, you're like, yeah, I get it. That's a 405 by Santa Monica. Yes, I know exactly where that is.
Spend any time on the freeway between 3 and 7 o'clock, and you'll understand why they're shooting.
Yeah, but also you could get in a traffic jam at 3 a.m. on a Tuesday in LA somehow because they're doing construction on the freeway, and then some idiot like get in an accident. So yeah, no, I understand it.
That's blasphemous to me too.
It is.
Being out there at 10 p.m. and there being traffic.
Well, there's traffic in Toronto also, by the way.
Yeah, but not like this.
No.
Like, this is absurd. Like, traffic in Toronto is like between what time?
Wait, why are you looking off the camera?
Yeah, no. There's nobody standing off the camera.
No one's standing there.
With.
Not a beautiful female. They may or not soon to be engaged or soon to be married, I should say, to the person next to me.
Yeah.
Not that person.
But if we were to reference a specific time that traffic would exist in Toronto, what would that time be? Rush hour.
Rush hour.
Thank you.
Yes.
Super
Aren't there
vague.
Give me two rush hours? Yes. Let's go back to Toronto now, since there's people in the room. The majority of people in this room are from that area. Let's go back to BV, which is before Vine.
Right. Okay.
Okay. You know, we're gonna go back to CD. That's you.
BV.
CDBV.
Yeah.
Before you got into Vine, because that's how you got your big start. What were you doing before then?
Before Vine.
Yeah.
I was working a few different jobs. I was working at a golf course. I was working as a bartender, and I was working in a kitchen of an Italian.
Okay, so your life was set
spot.
for you. You knew exactly what you wanted to do.
yeah, exactly. I knew that all three of those things
I'm good.
were gonna...
This is all I need. Boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom. You know, I get 24 hours a day and 25 for the
Chef,
job.
working on the driving range at a golf course, and bartending.
Yes. And
Sounds like an actor.
It does sound, it's exactly. Now, were you acting before Vine?
It's so interesting because I came out of high school. I didn't know what I wanted to do. Everybody was taking their university and college seriously.
Sure.
And I took a leap year because I was like, let me just take a year to figure out what direction I want to go. And then it was in that time that I started training. So I started training.
Acting,
yeah.
at a prestigious school in Toronto?
There's not much prestige in terms of film and television and acting in Toronto. So like there's like these little pockets of small academies that teach.
Yeah.
So I started training at this place called EVN Studios.
Now that I think is kind of prestigious.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds prestigious.
It sure does.
EVN Studios.
It's three different EVN. It's not just two. It's like EV Studio. No, EVN.
Yeah.
What the?
But I started training there.
That's
and
great.
I trained there for a few years.
But now here's the thing that the genius is that, so Vine comes along, and then how did you get into that?
I didn't have any way to get reps back then. So when I really wanted to get into acting and start auditioning, I was trying to figure out, and I had some friends that were in the industry also. So I was like, how do I go about auditioning? And they were like, you need reps. You need a manager or an agent. And I replied to a few different ones at the time, and they all declined me.
Yeah.
So as they would, yeah. Zero experience, and they all declined me. So I was desperate and trying to figure out how can I get to the place to where they will want me or want to represent me.
Yeah.
And then my friend showed me Vine at the time, which is super fresh. And I just started making stuff on there. And I was like, maybe this is a way that I could get noticed.
Yes. Oh.
I was thinking of it as like my American hoverplane.
What
Hover helicopter.
What is all this? Don't they know there's supposed to be a clear airspace during my podcast?
Landing here too, by the way.
Jesus.
Landing in the backyard.
I should get rid of my landing strip back there. And over here, my landing strip right here too. I'm sorry. You guys should have known that about my secret landing strip.
They knew it was coming.
Yeah, I know. Well,
It's a matter of time. Just we didn't think it was going to be in the first
no,
5.
I know. Secret's out now. Anyway, yes, I have a landing strip. Okay, back to you, Christian. I'm sorry. Yes, BV.
I was looking at it as like my American Idol
Yes.
type of opportunity.
That's awesome.
Where I was like, maybe I can showcase me on a comedic level to where I would get maybe some notoriety or get noticed.
Yes.
And that's kind of how I went about it at the beginning.
How long into it did you start to really pick up followers and pick up views and all that kind of stuff?
It was like my 3rd Vine that went viral.
Oh, you had to wait that long? Oh my God. So listen, if you hang in there.
It was the best case scenario.
3. You
Yeah.
gotta do 3.
Yeah.
If you think I get it in 2, forget about it. Come on, put the time in. I'm sorry, Christian. Trying to help these people.
No, but I know, and it's so unfortunate and fortunate at the same time, because now whenever I talk to people, they're like, I've been uploading for 3 months and nothing's hitting. And I'm, my advice is always keep going, keep posting, keep creating. Meanwhile, for me, it was just like,
Yeah, it's like
the 3rd one just popped off and that was
Wow.
it. And that was enough momentum for me to keep going at that point.
Really?
But it was also so early. There wasn't, I don't want to say like that my content was extraordinary, but there wasn't much content like what I was doing on the platform at the time. So I feel like by the 3rd one, I already had an idea that it was going to hit.
You did?
Yeah, kind of.
That soon?
Yeah.
Because you're just like, you're known for big comedy, over the top kind of stuff
Right.
also?
Yeah,
back in the Vine days? Like a young Jim Carrey, who also from Canada.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I can't even be mentioned in the same sentence.
I just mentioned the same exact
I know. But if he's watching.
He's always watching. He's one of the biggest fans. Jim, understand what I'm doing here. No disrespect.
Yeah. And then me here, just so disrespectful that we mentioned me. He's one of my greatest inspirations, obviously, along with a few others.
He's told me that, yeah.
But yeah.
And the few others meaning me right here also.
Greg.
Yes.
Yes.
Greg.
Greg.
When you think of Greg, one word, Lindsay? No, it's like anything other than me.
Yeah.
Who's the big Greg? Is there a big Greg out there? Exactly. You have to think about it as now.
There isn't.
There isn't.
There isn't. You
But
are the Greg.
I will be the Greg.
You're the Greg.
Someone told me I should be like somebody's Jason Nash. You should be someone's Jason Nash. I'm like,
Who said, did George say that to you?
yeah, he did well, God bless George. He's told me a long time ago. By the way, let me tell you the genius that you have and George and all you guys saw the value early on. You saw, I'm going to get into Vine. That's going to get me in front of people and get my segue into acting and all that stuff. I was at the time, because I'm a couple years older than you, I was already...
Just a couple.
That big of a I was thank you. You know what? Jim Carrey, let me tell you that he told me to say it, okay? I don't want to just say it, I'll play it off. Yeah, okay, anyway.
You're so good, Greg. You're so good. You're so sharp. I was telling Kristen on the way here, I was like, when you meet Greg, you'll know, like, he's so sharp.
That's very...
You are a powerhouse, dude. You're such a talent.
If I just had your looks, your talent...
My looks?
And all that stuff. Yeah, well, it's...
How is that the first thing that you're going to pull out? That's the last thing on my list. If I was to say, if you could have anything with mine,
well, let me
looks
say,
would be probably number 48
I think
on the list of 45.
I bet you there's 2/3 of the room here that would disagree.
Don't do it.
No, but
Agree with me.
I mean, I had done movies and TV shows. I was on, I wasn't a series regular, but I was guest starring. I was recurring roles.
Yeah.
I was doing that. So at the time when Vine came out, and I met George, and he's like, and I did a few Vines. I
remember.
Yeah, I did some
You were
Vines
doing
with Logan and George and you guys, and but I was like, I'm kind of hiding my face a little bit. I'm like, because I'm going to get in trouble as an actor because I'm doing things that aren't, SAG things, and I didn't understand the whole.
Could you have gotten in trouble though? I don't think you could have gotten. No, right?
I am not very intelligent. I've got to tell you this last time I spoke to you.
I'm still trying to figure out what's the boundary between getting in trouble and not getting in trouble for creating, more scripted narrative or sketches online. Like, what is the boundary?
I actually had to call SAG and ask them if I could do the podcast. I said, yes, you can do the podcast.
Really?
Yeah, because some podcasts, if there was licensed under SAG, which I didn't license under SAG, then you can still do this without them doing anything. So
Gotcha.
there's still it's still the kind of wild west of things where they're like, yeah, you can do that for now. And then like in 4 years from now, like,
yeah,
don't ever do this again. Anytime your face is even mentioned or, whatever. Yeah. So for now, we're totally fine.
It's crazy how it's been like, what's it been since Vine came out? What was it 2013 or 14?
Yeah, almost not even 10 years, right?
I know, but it's still so great. Like all those areas are still so great. You'd think that we'd make progress union-wise as to like what you could or couldn't do.
Definitely benefits the social media creator right now, very much so, because I see a lot of times when you get in with an agent, like a top agent, like, we'd love to have you in. Yes, yeah, please, we'll get you into movies. And by the way, we're going to come through whatever you take. What's that? No, yeah. Anything, we want to get you in movies, but then whatever you're going to come through. And then they take everything that you're making. Like, oh, I made all this money, but then they go, okay, pay the piper. And
Yeah.
like, okay, what about the movies and TV roles? They're coming.
The harshest reality that I had to face. Holy crap.
Yeah.
That I struggled with that for a long time.
Did somebody do the same thing to you? They bring you to an agency and say they're gonna.
It's not that. I just think that like I think all their intentions are always good.
Of course.
I don't think their intentions are bad, but like I think you need people to really believe in you to move the needle. And you know, you don't have that team around you that really believes in you, and you're procuring so much work on your own, and you're making, you know, all these moves on your own. It's really easy to get caught into let me just work with you on what you're doing. Yeah. But then it's like, well, then why are we working together?
Exactly.
Because I came to you to help, you know, to work with you.
I'm going to the next level with you. You know, I do this area. I need you to help me do this area.
Yes.
I know, but it's tricky. But see, you're also different because you actually have something that a lot of other social media don't have, which is talent. No, I'm joking. No, you do have, you are able to.
No, dude.
No, but you can actually act. Now, mind you, early on, listen, this is another reason also why, you know, I was like, okay, I don't want to see anything, because I didn't see a lot of people with a lot of talent doing social media. I just saw the levels of comedy I saw, because I was also an improviser. I used to do, you know, Second City and the Improv Olympic.
I had no idea that you do any improv.
No, I know. But yeah, I would be on stage an hour and a half a night for a show, 5 nights a week, up to maybe 3 hours. I'd be do 2 different shows, all improvised. But I was with like the greatest people in the world, like Tina Fey, and Amy Poehler, and John Favreau, and Adam McKay.
God,
like
dude.
Every like week, you know, like get to perform with these people. It was crazy.
When was that? When were you doing that?
Years ago. When they would come visit, they would do things. Let's not put dates on things.
No.
We don't try to. No, but we don't try to age.
I'm trying. No.
Don't you? We're going to edit this out, Eric. I don't want to.
Because that's unreal that you did that. And I read in front of Amy Poehler for a direct read for a project, and I was just like, you know, she's one of my idols.
Yes,
so like,
she's so talented.
The fact that you got to like work with her.
Yeah, all those people for years. And then, but also when I came out here, I was at this Second City alumni show where I got to perform with like Robin Williams. He'd come in and sit in and like, he'd be like doing improv shows.
Wait, don't drop that lightly.
Yeah, that was great. It was great. You know what I'm saying? Like, here's the genius of Robin Williams. We're doing an improv set. We're all on stage. There's like 6 of us and huge audience. And he's like, he jumps in the scene, blah, blah, blah. And then he'll leave the scene. He walked into the audience for like 15 minutes, just doing bits with people, this and that, blah, blah. And then when he came on stage, he was able to somehow in his head figure out how to connect everything that was done for the whole show and make it all tied up a little bow at the very end and make it all come together. And we're like all like amazed at it. And the audience is like, yes! And like, of course, he's Robin Williams. It was amazing.
What was that like? Because were you on stage at the same time as him?
Yes.
What was that like when he would get back to stage? I guess, were you involved when he would go into crowd?
No, when on the stage, I would just do like this.
I know. So when he came back, how did you handle it?
Like, we get back into the scene, and then he's like, what's up? You know, and he does this little thing and ties everything together, and then, you know when you do improv enough,
right,
where the beat is, where it ends, you know, right. Even the light person knows to turn the lights off on the stage and stuff.
I did improv for a little bit in acting school.
Yes.
We did freeze.
Yes.
At the beginning.
Freeze tag.
Yes. Or like you start a scene with somebody.
Freeze. And then they take your position.
And then you have to, yes. Is it similar to what you know of freeze, where like you would have to start a new scene with that person now in the same physical?
In the same physical thing, yes. Yes, exactly. So if you were like, gardening, whatever, and then you're like this, and then you're like, you could do whatever, like, this is the emerald. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was how it was. But I did long form improv. So I would do 25-minute pieces. We'd ask for the audience for like a suggestion, and then we would do 25 minutes on that. Or we would do another 25 minutes on a suggestion and make it a Seinfeld episode.
How much is that crafted?
It's all just...
There's zero planning at all.
Zero. For example, but when you know people's strengths...
There's no way.
Well, this is what's crazy about it, because people would come up to you on the streets afterwards, anytime they say, oh my God, you were on that improv. Come on, that was scripted. Like, none of it's scripted. But you'll know people's strengths. For example, I had a friend of mine who, he was one of the teammates, and he was not the healthiest looking person. However, I knew he could do a standing backflip. But he was not, like, the last person you'd think to be able to do a backflip was this guy. He did not look physically. He didn't look like this.
You made him do a backflip on stage?
There was a scene that's going on where at the very end, it was like something where you had to he had to get to the princess, and we had this thing set up, and he gets to the thing, and you finally made it. All you have to do now is jump from this lily pad to that lily pad, which is behind you, and you cannot move. So like one of those things, and then, you have to do a backflip, and the audience knows there's no way that guy can do a backflip. And then, so he'll do one of these things where he'd like, oh, no. And the audience knows he's not going to do it.
Yeah,
and then he does it, and the audience loses their shit. And he nailed it, and then boom, lights out. So you know strengths of people.
I'm still so blown away. A couple of the improv shows that I went to, and I'm so analytical, just being somewhat of a performer.
Yes.
I'm so analytical.
One word on Instagram.
Yeah.
Christian.
Just know that.
Boom.
Just know that. My first, bro, so many people love that. Everyone's always like, how did you get that name? You got it from when Instagram launched? Did you get it from, have you secured it from?
You have 4 million followers. That's how he has it.
That's a funny story too, by the way, how I got that. But
how much did it cost you? I'm joking.
Yeah. No, but you know what? At the time, like in 2014 or 15 when I got it, we had Instagram partners, and I still do, that handle like our account, just in case we need anything, if our accounts get hacked. Whatever.
Yeah, because those are big time accounts.
If there was an ad that was dormant for a certain amount of time, I can't remember it, you legally don't own that handle anymore. And I guess it's in the it's in the bylaws,
rules of engagement.
The terms of service, right? The terms of use, whatever it is. So, but people don't read that. So if you leave your handle dormant for a long time, you no longer own it. So back then, @Christian was dormant for like 2 or 3 years. So then they were like, and I asked, I was like, wait, can I get it then? Because if they're not using it, so then I got it. I think that way. Yeah.
I got to be careful because I don't want to lose my 3,703.
What do you mean? It's still the handle. There's probably another Greg out there, Lindsay, that wants your handle, and he's waiting for you.
It probably is. Why does he have Doug Greg Lindsay?
He's waiting for you to not post for a year.
Yes, exactly.
He's banking on it.
By the way, they probably almost could have taken mine. I had it now for maybe 4 years, and there's been, I think, 1 or 2 of those years I didn't post anything because
You're wild.
Yeah, well, because
You're risking it all.
I don't know what to do. But now I have people like you now.
Post something.
Well, now I know that to post stuff.
Post sunsets.
I don't want to be that guy. Another lovely sunset. You see, like, okay, great, okay. Here I am at top of Runyon Canyon. Okay, we see the top of
Runyon. It's worth it so that your account doesn't get hijacked.
Oh, you're the sunset guy. Yeah, okay.
Oh, Greg, yeah, we know you.
What was happening at the end of Vine? Were you part of a group that would talk to Vine to say, look, we want this before you went over to YouTube? Because Vine ended 2013 or something like that? So at that point, did you try to help Vine save it, or give them a group say this is what we all want, and they said screw you guys? What happened that you decided to go over to YouTube instead of, or another format, which I assume is YouTube?
Yeah, a lot happened with Vine back then. There were a few different things that happened that kind of led to the over
a confluence of events. Intelligent people would say.
Yeah. There was.
I heard them say.
I just made those words up.
I just made them up. I don't think confluence is even a word.
Yeah,
it is.
What is the definition of
confluence?
A flowing together of 2 or more streams, rivers, or the like.
Yeah, so 2 or 3 ideas.
I gotta learn more. I gotta learn more. And I think it sucks because I haven't been reading as much. But like
Well, you came to the right place. All we have here are books. Do you know how many books? Did you watch the Shane Blind podcast? I'll give you a hint.
Just the kitchen alone, seeing the amount of books that's in that kitchen.
That closet, this is not a closet. It's a book. There's books from top to bottom, both those. Yeah.
You gotta show me after.
Yeah, I'll show you after. But in this house.
I want to say probably like 15,000.
Close, 10,000.
Wow. I was going to say 10, but that was like 10 might be even.
Yeah, you thought that
10 might be too generous.
Yeah.
Or not generous enough.
Yeah.
But Vine, there's a few different things that happened. So some people like to create one case as to why it went down, but there were multiple cases. But yeah, like we did try a lot. And at the time, like just overall user going down. And we had many meetings with the people at Vine at the time to try and find ways to keep it alive. But it just inevitably was going down. I think there was no way that we could have done it.
It was a sinking ship.
It was the Titanic of social media.
I like that reference.
Yeah.
It almost looked like it took like a second. Like it was the.
I was not sure. That was like the best example.
The Lusitania.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Combination of all of them.
Combination of all
the ships that went down.
Yeah, there's a lot of ship.
Queen Mary didn't go down. It's still there.
Of course.
And it's haunted.
Yeah.
Vine. We were transitioning. I think it was just in our best interest from even early on, like about midway through.
Oh, wow.
Before Vine was going down, we were always creating content on different platforms like Instagram, of course.
Okay.
We were doing it simultaneously. We learned kind of halfway through the journey of Vine
to be on more.
Yes.
But to be multi-platform.
I was always promoting my Instagram, always promoting my YouTube.
You said all those at the time. What was, and is probably right now, the most followers total of all your platforms combined?
It would be TikTok, I think.
TikTok? No. TikTok, I mean, add them all up, all together. TikTok,
add them all together.
YouTube,
It's over
Instagram.
15 million now, I think. It's over 15 million.
Okay.
Dude, that's not even a lot.
No, to me, it's not a lot. Let me tell you why that is a lot. Okay.
Some people are like 40, 50, 60, 70 million.
Let me tell you about 15 million right now. There are 50 states in the U.S. Let's take away California, Texas, Florida, and New York.
Biggest ones.
Those four. Now, there's 46 states remaining. Do you know that all your followers exceed the population of any of those 46 states? So if all your followers would live in one state, you would have any of 46 states of all the followers would be, the population would be.
I never looked at it like that.
You're just half of Canada. Maybe it's like 34, yeah.
Yeah. There was a time when I think I was more like aggressive towards trying to build like as big of a following base as possible.
Yeah.
And that's when I was uploading like 3 times a day.
3 times a day?
Yeah, between YouTube, Instagram, and then even TikTok.
You're not as concerned with that right now?
I've been just more strategic about what I'm creating now and trying to have a better angle versus just spamming content and trying to grow a larger following. Because to a lot of people it would sound crazy, like, well, you have over 15 million followers, but
sounds crazy to me.
there are people out there that are now like pushing 50 to 100 million.
But that's a very small group. It's not like everybody, hey, I got 40. What do you got? I got 45.
Yeah.
No. I mean, 15 million, you could run for office somewhere and win. You could run for governor of California.
I think I'm not about good governor for California, but I think about sometimes like what kind of things I could
PM
do.
in Canada?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe.
Get Justin Trudeau.
Yeah, get Trudeau out of there.
Get him out of there and put me in.
Dude, I'm serious. Okay, political career in the future because you have the looks.
Oh my goodness, this guy with the looks. I'm not like I don't put myself in that category at all. I never look at myself and think because I'm realistic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, I look at myself in the mirror and I don't go, man, I'm good looking. Some people do that. Some people look at themselves in the mirror and know that they have their genes are just.
I know, but I don't mean it when I say it.
Yeah. You know, I'm just trying to compliment.
Yeah,
just to make you feel better.
Jeez.
I never meant it.
Let me tell you something. You are
striking.
You're just a handsome fella that I just can't keep my eyes off of. I don't know why I'm blushing just looking at you. But you've done campaigns for, correct me if I'm wrong, Google, Disney,
pretty much like
Amazon, every big,
Fortune 500.
Yeah. Now, what do they expect when they ask you to come in? Besides your good looks, what else do they expect from you?
I put a lot of time into all of the campaigns I do, all the brand partnerships that I do.
Yeah.
Just because, like, ultimately, if people are spending money, I want them to feel and see the results that they're trying to get or achieve for a campaign, like through social media. So honestly, a lot of them come to me for creative, not just like me creating something for them, but like I've done certain things in the past where I've managed campaigns and managed.
Oh, that you weren't even in.
Yeah.
Wow. So, look at the entrepreneur over here.
I just see a lot of the ways that agencies run campaigns. And I think that they're missing the mark on a lot of things. And I think a lot of it stems from creative.
Yes.
But yeah, like creative, I think would be one thing. I think packaging creative would be another thing. Like, for example, I did stuff for General Motors recently.
I heard of them.
They create some golf carts and some
pretty good things that have motors in them.
Yeah.
Generally speaking.
Yeah, I did stuff with them. Multi-platform campaigns. So I did stuff for them on TikTok and on Instagram.
Yeah.
But they just like the diversity of like what I can create on both of those platforms. So I'll give them just creative on both sides. But I think that would be it. Just like versus like because there's a lot of people out there that'll get paid and they just put zero effort into the campaigns.
Right.
In the most general way, Motor way possible.
General Motor way possible. Yeah.
Just give like the most blanket.
Yeah.
Love General Motors.
I'm gonna get to places in style with GM.
Yeah.
Because they're a gem and whatever. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
That was actually.
That's not so bad.
That's actually not bad. But some people just butcher these campaigns. So
wow, that's great. Because you are an entrepreneur also. You're not just an actor. By the way, you did a movie with Nicolas Cage?
That was the most recent one.
Yeah, that's amazing. What's it like working with him?
He's amazing.
Yes. Give me a story.
You know I tell everybody? He is Nicolas Cage.
Yes.
In the way that you
would expect him to be.
Exactly how you expect him to be. He's Nicolas Cage.
Wow.
But yeah, there's so many stories on set where like I was for continuity, I was dead. I had been killed.
Okay.
And I was dead in the background for like over an hour because they were just picking up so many shots wides where like my body was there.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a stunt double for my body. Not yet. But
soon.
You're not Tom Cruise level yet, but
yeah. And it can't
still need my body. Yeah.
Yeah, it can't be. I'm not as good looking. Yeah. We need a good looking stunt. You don't even see him. Stupid. He's gonna lay there. I know, but you can see.
No, they put you in and be like, yeah, we should keep him.
Yeah.
Get rid of that other guy.
Yeah, the other guy. Wait a minute, we paid him all the money.
Yeah. How do we get it back? How do we get it transferred to Greg? Yeah, he was amazing. And I was dead for a long time. And he just came up to me while I was in there, while they were working up, resetting a shot. And he came and just kneeled beside me, and he was like, "You've been dead for a while, huh?" And I was just like, "Yeah, I'm like, my legs are falling asleep." And he was just like, "Yeah, it sucks." And I was just sitting there like,
That's
this
a
is
Nicolas Cage moment.
with Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
And then he just got up and then kind of just wandered back onto set and, doing this
Isn't
thing.
that great? I mean, that's your Nicolas Cage moment. And you know that he's that great of an actor and understands the process and what goes into making a movie and all the people involved to, to go by and say those kinds of things. You know what I'm saying?
No, it was nice how he just incorporated everybody around him. Like he wasn't, he didn't just show up and mind his own business and then go on set. Like, he was very social with everybody and talking. The
interesting thing, no one knows this, is that he says that to everybody no matter what the movie is. Dead for a while. And he just walks away. It's like, it's a romantic comedy, Like, yeah. No.
You have somebody else on the podcast that's worked with him, and they just tell
that's all they say. It's the weirdest thing he said this to me, but it made sense.
And then I watched that episode back and be like, wait a second. He said that to me.
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
You don't know acting.
But he's so good, dude.
Yeah, that's great.
And when the director was working with him and just telling him what they needed from him, he'd be like, you want me to drag and break these.
That's pretty good Nicolas Cage. That's good Nicolas Cage.
He's Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, that's a good Nicolas Cage accent. Yeah, wow.
I know. I'm trying my best to...
I thought you weren't an improviser. Look at you bringing up...
Dude, I'd love to do more improv. I would love to do more improv.
I saw one the other day. I went to see...
Finding out that it is not planned.
Yes.
Because like I was saying earlier, I was so analytical, watching every moment, and I was like, I can see how there would be improv worked into this, but I was like, there's no way that this is 100% improv.
It is.
But seeing that's inspiring, because then you really are free when you're up there and just...
I always tell people I will do stuff that I've never done before on stage and will never do again every time I do improv.
Right.
And that's the beautiful. And also, I'm very lazy, so I don't want to learn lines and as a stand-up. I don't want to do the same thing over and over. I need to be constantly being stimulated.
Yeah.
Thank you. And you wonder why I think you're so good looking. You're saying all the right things to me, man. You also have the life I want. You're Italian. You're good looking. I'm not good.
We're both Italian.
We're both Italian. I'm Italian. That's one thing I have.
Oh, okay,
but you also have a fiance.
Right.
How long were you looking over there for? Oh my God, the ring just blinded me. The ring just blinded me. I can't even see right now. Christian, are you there? How long have you guys been together for?
Since high school. Since high school, yeah.
Wow.
We've been together for four, like this.
How many years?
No, before I get killed.
Oh.
Put my hands up, but don't hurt me. 13.
13 years.
14.
Well, it's going on 14.
I'm thinking ahead.
Oh, he's thinking to the marriage.
14, yeah.
But the 14th
13 years.
Wow. And see, now this is what I want. See, I have never had that. I've had 13 months with a girl.
Why, Greg?
I don't know.
Just turns into a therapy session?
Yes.
Why, Greg? Why is this happening?
Well, doctor. I don't know. I mean, but that's what I want. And I think I'm ready for it now.
The longest that you've had isn't 13 months.
No. The longest I had was 3 years.
Okay.
And then besides that was 2.5 years.
Okay.
And then year and stuff like that.
And then what? Just not the same? Didn't work out?
No, it didn't work out. But here's the interesting thing is that I have been proposed to by 3 ex-girlfriends after we were broken up. Like legit asking me to marry them, flying in to ask my parents also. Yeah.
You're lying.
No.
How does that happen?
I don't know.
You've broken up, they're gone.
Yeah, we're still friendly together, but not dating at all. Nothing.
They went to your parents.
One went to my parents, yes.
After you were broken up.
After we were broken up, and she was visiting. She was visiting.
Some psycho stuff.
No.
Like just
visiting.
Genuinely.
She actually came to visit. She was dating a billionaire who allowed her to fly his jet to see me and my family for Christmas Eve. Because she used to, when we were dating, she used to love the feeling of what my family does around Christmas Eve. So we had like 50 people there, and food and drinks and games and singing and all that kind of stuff. So she was missing that. So he let her fly in the jet. While she was over, she's like, "You guys, you think help me? I want to ask Greg to marry me, and I need you guys' help to have him say yes. And will you help me?" And they're like, "Have you spoken to him about it yet?"
Yeah.
Not yet, but So
did you know that was coming?
I didn't know, but she was the first one. And then another one tried to get me, took me out for dinner. He tried to give me some wine, even though I don't really drink. I drink very, very little.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, have some wine." Exactly. So, But then she was like, "Oh, have more." I'm like, "Why?" And then she's like, "Listen, okay." And she goes the whole little sit down about, I'm 30 whatever now, and I have all this money, and I have this place, and I have all these things, and I want to have you in my life, and you'd be a great father and a great husband, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, "Love you, but I'm not in love with you." Okay. And I feel I have to be in love with somebody to actually...
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You can't just get married to anybody.
No, exactly. Greg. Even if they're my friend,
You can't.
No, now you tell me.
Yeah, you can't.
Well, I've been listening. I'm living that life. That's what I don't want. Yeah. I want to be in love with my high schools. That'd be great. And it shows.
We got so lucky though, dude. Our situation worked out in ways that you just wouldn't have imagined it. But she's a year younger than me. My friend group was dating like all of her friend groups. So throughout high school, it was like we all. How many couples were there? There was like 6 or 7.
Oh, okay.
That were all dating at the same time. We're the only ones that made it out.
Yeah,
we're the only ones that made it out.
That's great. But you guys already seem so happy from what I've seen of you guys, which I am like a human bullshit lie detector person. It's not just this. Yeah. There's more to me.
This whole podcast is going back and forth about good looks.
Yeah, exactly. It's a good looking podcast.
Overly conceited. It's not just this.
It's not just this.
And I'm like being really humble about it. It's not just what you're seeing here.
It's like me like telling Brad Pitt, listen, man, you don't really understand what it's like to be looked at all the time by me.
Yeah.
But no, I forgot what I was saying because of my looks.
Yeah, the bullshit detector.
Yes, and I can tell you guys really have a connection and you're very happy.
But she's like my best friend. You know, like that's kind of how our relationship started. We used to hang out all the time. And she was like a really good friend of mine. And then we would kiss randomly on occasion.
Oh, wow.
I would like drop her off at home and then we would kind of just peck and then it would be like, you know, we'd have a moment where we'd be like, what just happened?
And then
we'd be like, okay, I'll see you later.
Wow.
Bye. And then we'd hang out as friends the next time.
Yes.
And we'd be like, but we kissed.
Did you do it again?
Yeah.
No, were you guys dating anybody else at all? Like, once you guys did that first kiss, were you dating anybody after that? Like,
after that, no, not after that, but we did date people prior to that.
You did, yeah.
But we were both single and
I assume, just hanging. Wow. So I guess the big question everybody wants to know is, do you guys go to the bathroom in front of each other? I know some girls, they will do it. Other girls, like, never. I want a separate bathroom on the other side of the house. I'm like, that's fine with me.
She's like that, but I'll just barge in.
You will.
She'll go to the bathroom and I'll just open the door. And
she's like, honey.
She'll be like, get out of here.
What about shower? Do you, like, a lot of times, like...
So what about showering?
Yeah, no, like, and shower, because sometimes like, if I'm dating somebody, they'll like come into the shower when I don't see them and they'll like go on top, they'll throw water on top of me or something like that. These are the kind of girls I date. Okay, so you see where I'm at.
YouTube prank channel.
Exactly.
Yeah, they'll just come and scare the shit out of me.
Yes, that's what they do. I don't know what it is. They want to do that to me in the shower, but anyway, I think that's it. I mean, I could talk to you for so long. I know, we could talk forever. You know what I'm saying? This is great, and I thank you so much for coming here and for doing this, and for, oh my God, wait a minute. What? This also.
Oh, yes.
Wait a minute.
Sponsored by
LINZanity Bakery. Can you see this?
Thank you for sponsoring today's podcast.
What'd you guys get here? Okay, so we're going to do a taste.
I think you got one of every flavor.
Oh my God.
You said you're a chocolate guy.
I'm a chocolate guy. I'm a chocoholic.
Are we sticking to chocolate or yes? Yep, there it is.
Well, this is
there it is.
Okay, now let me tell you something.
That's unreal.
What is it?
Rocky Road.
This is Rocky Road. It's the only one I haven't had yet. Show the camera that, Christian. Look at this.
Someone might mistake this for like, you know,
a dookie.
Yeah, like a dog. Like we just pulled this from the front lawn from the dog. Well, look at this Rocky Road.
Look at it.
Dude, that's unreal.
See that? Now watch this.
That's amazing.
Okay, my hands are. Ow! I watched
it.
It's all right. Now I'm going to cut a piece here for myself.
Is this like a scone?
It's not a scone. It's like a delicious cookie. You can have it. Did you want to have a piece also?
Yeah. Do you want to taste test at the same time?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh no. I don't want to make a mess, dude.
It's okay.
The chocolate. Look at that. It's dripping.
Okay.
Are we cheersing?
I'll cheers you. Wow.
Whoa.
It's exploding in my mouth.
That was a horrible idea. Because we have 6 more that are going to be gone.
We're not leaving this table or this podcast until we're all gone.
That's dangerous.
Isn't it good? It's so good.
I don't know about you, but I'm a fatty. Like I could eat 10 of those back to back. No.
Do you know?
No issues.
Okay. Do you know that I would start my day?
No. Don't say some ridiculous.
For about a decade, 10 years.
Triple fudge sundae.
No.
Case of Krispy Kreme.
2 rows of Oreo cookies.
No, not joking.
2 or 3 at a time in the milk. Boom, 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 boom. For 10 years of my life, 2 rows of Oreos.
How's your stomach not blown?
It's like 32 to 34 cookies every morning.
How many calories are we talking? Those are wild.
Yeah, that was probably about 15 to 1,800 calories of my 5,000 calories a day. I can eat.
But you're also fit. You were working out.
Do you know I haven't worked out in long over a decade, maybe closer to 2.
That's a lie. You have not lifted any weight, nothing. Bro, how?
I know, isn't that crazy?
Look at your forearms.
I see them all the time. There's nothing to see here.
No, look at, because you can see like the guy. Look at that.
But I used to be like this.
I think I remember back.
I was bigger back then. And that way I still hadn't worked out back then. I wasn't working out. I still was a football player. I went to University of New York, UB. So I was a Division I. I was a running back. So I had to be, because I'm not, 5'11", good looking like you. I had to be strong. So I was squatting 530. I was benching 375. I was curling 185.
I always envied that though, because my brother's a little bit shorter and my arms are just
Yeah.
Anything that I would be benching would take me 3 to 5 business days to get up. And my brother would be like just smacking weights around like that, and I would have to come.
Yeah, every tall person I know always says that the shorter person is easy for you to work out. Easy for you to work out.
You guys get jacked so easily.
Well, what about Arnold? Guess what? He's your height.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, but his arms got to be. He has to be less lanky.
His arms are like this.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger. No, man, his arms are normal length. You know, like you. So
not like me though, dude. Look at this.
I can't even see
I'm out of the frame. Look.
Oh my God.
It's from my shoulder. You don't see anything.
Yeah.
Like, look at this. I can hold on to you from here. And look how far I am.
What's that? I can't hear you. So far away.
Outside in the backyard, you see my hand come through the window and just.
Kristen, you are right. Wow. How you can't work out? You're too long to work out. Anyway,
sorry,
Kristen DelGrosso on the show. Everybody, thank you very much, Chris. I really appreciate you being here. It was so much fun. Please come back. Please bring your wife by the time, well, maybe before that, but bring her. Because she's the smart one by bringing me.
She is.
Because it wasn't your idea. I know that.
100%.
I knew that. That's
she was like, we have to stop and bring something.
You're very, very smart. Yeah. Wherever you are in this whole area.
Not in this room.
Yes, you're very smart.
Somewhere else.
All right, thank you very much, everybody. Peace.